Hello all, this is Dr. Bay. This is just a course orientation video. I'll cover this stuff in class on the first day, but a lot goes on, so if you need to look at this or figure out what to do after the first class, you can just kind of watch this video. So again, we meet Wednesdays. Obviously get whatever the bookstore says to get, which makes a lot of sense. You can buy it from the book. If you're on financial aid, absolutely you want to buy this stuff from the bookstore. If you're not, if you're paying out of pocket, you can actually access the course materials right through the website of Canvas, and I can show you how to do that the first day of class. So you'll know by the time you watch this video. Another thing we're going to talk about is something called Edpuzzle, which is a way to interact for free with a lot of the lectures and stuff that I give, so you can do the learning on your own as well as in front of me in class. All right, so basically you can, I've covered all this. Again, this is the grading scale, and I'm going to go over a little bit more about how this works, even though again I did in class, but there's a lot going on. So basically how this works, the week starts on a Monday and ends on a Sunday in terms of the work. Now yes, I realize we have class on Wednesday. That's kind of irrelevant because I don't want you to wait till Wednesday to start to do work for a chapter. That just would be a waste of 2 or 3 days. So it kind of lets you know what's due every week. So the very first week, it says week of 2-6. So if you wanted to just the first week start to work ahead for 2 days, you could do that. And basically, of course, I'll cover Chapter 2 in class, and so you can see, well, what is the homework that's due? Well, you have a Chapter 2 quiz, a Chapter 2 Smart Book assignment, and then 2 online lab activities, and they are all due Sunday at midnight, and that whole thing repeats all the way down. So that's just kind of how that works. All right. So next thing I'm going to do is kind of show you the Canvas course. So you're going to see stuff on here that you wouldn't see on your page because I'm turning some things off. I don't have the course, all the assignments open yet. Obviously the semester didn't start, but you'll be able to see some of this and it'll look very much the same. So basically the best way to look at the Canvas course and work through it is through the module view, which is kind of what I have here. It's just a great way to kind of go down the list of the way that I kind of teach. So the first thing I do, click on syllabus. Great. There's another copy of it also. So in order, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and register for some of the lectures that I do online. Everything I do, again, we meet every week on Wednesday, but I also make little video vignettes that can help you. And so you just basically go here, and what it's going to do is come up to this, and you're going to click sign up. And when you click sign up with Edpuzzle, it's basically going to say, hey, are you trying to join with this guy's class? And you, of course, would say yes. So you put in your first name, last name, username, and password. And once you're done that, you really don't have to go back to this site anymore. It will automatically connect this account, which is free, with Canvas. So now that I registered for Edpuzzle, I can just go back, hit home again, and here I am as now. And now here is basically how a unit is organized. So everything is designed to go from top to bottom, and that's the way that I would recommend that you do all these activities. Some are activities, some are PowerPoints, some are reading Smart Book assignments, some are Edpuzzle. So let's take a look at all of them. First thing I did is I put the exam study guide. So obviously that's what the first exam is on. There's no trick questions, there it is. So it's a good way for you to kind of keep track of what you're doing. So another way to get on the list is you can also hit next, or you can, if you want, go back and also hit whatever, the PowerPoint. So if I just kind of go here like this and I look at it, if I hit next, it's going to give you a copy next of the PowerPoint. And again, I cut out a lot of the slides that the book provides me. That's a copy for you. And then if I go down again, it's going to bring me to this thing, which is the Smart Book assignment. And so you're going to see, whoa, what is all this? What happened here? So if I go back to how you're going to register for the McGraw-Hill Connect part of the course, it's very important that you do, because all your labs are through this, all of your quizzes are through this, all of your book is through this, all of the reading assignments are through this. All you literally need to do to activate it is you just have to literally just click on the Chapter 2 Smart Book assignment, It'll automatically open up Connect. It'll automatically ask you for either the code that came, it's like a scratch off code that came with the book that you ordered from the bookstore, or if you did not order from the bookstore, you can put a credit card number in and you can pay right through it. Or if you're like, hey, I do have financial aid, it didn't come through yet, there's 2 weeks courtesy free use of the full thing. So you can click the courtesy access for 2 weeks, which will give you 2 weeks. But any of those three you would kind of do from there. So going down the list, this just repeats over and over. So what's with that Ed Puzzle thing? Well, some of these things you're going to notice are little video vignettes that look just like this. And this is Ed Puzzle. And you'll notice that once I have registered for Ed Puzzle, your name will be, of course, I just registered, so my name's there. But your name will be here. And basically what this is, it's a series of very short, this is one of the longest ones, little interactive videos. They're kind of like YouTube videos, but they're actually interactive. So if I were to just click on, a number, here's another one, some of which have questions embedded in the PowerPoint, some of them don't. It depends on, which one does, which one does not. So if I'll just randomly, so that's kind of what all these things are. These are not graded. So I repeat, they are not graded. And so here's yet another one that's interactive. And these are just here to help you. Obviously, when you are outside of class, if you want to go ahead and study some of these at home. So you can just click on them and you can kind of go to town. Now, what you'll notice about these things, by the way, you can make it full screen like this, which is a great way to watch it, or you can make it smaller. But what you'll see is that throughout this video, there's little teardrops at the bottom. And these are either little comments I made, little questions, it might be a yes, no, something like that, to kind of help you through it. So you're not going to be able to hear the video talking right now because I'm running, the audio through my headphones. But as you get to a certain thing, if you note at the bottom, as it plays, it's going to get right to a teardrop and something's going to happen. And it'll be a comment or it'll be a question. Boom! There's the first one. How many major plates are there? And it'll just maybe, told you I'm going to choose the wrong answer here. And look, there's not 7, there's 12. This is not graded, but it's here to help you to learn the basics of what we're doing in this course. So those are all throughout the entire thing, all the chapters. Great. So there's how you kind of work through all the assignments. And again, if you want to know, when the assignments are and when they're due and all that, you can just click the assignments tab and it will have them organized by, lab assignments and smart book assignments and chapter quizzes and exams. So I'll go through a lot of those now too, just so you have a pretty good idea. So, like, what are these chapter assignments? So if I just click on it on a smart book chapter assignment, let me kind of show you kind of what that is. I actually switched up and used chapter 5 because I'd already looked at the one I showed you. So basically when you click on those, it's going to send you directly to something like this, and it's going to tell you when it's due, and it's going to tell you about how long it takes, and it's going to tell you how many concepts there are. So basically there's a couple ways to do this. The suggested thing would be to start with the reading. And so you'll note that this is basically your textbook, chapter 5, and you can read the whole thing if you want that way, but really notice that there's highlighted parts. And through this this entire thing, there's basically questions that would refer to some of those. So, if we just go through, we can go backwards and forwards and all kinds of stuff. 5.1, we can look at it through lists. There's a bunch of different ways, but it really wants you to pay attention to the part that is highlighted. And so now, okay, I read that part and I kind of go through and I look at this and I go to the questions. And so it's also going to tell you how this works. So, and you can see here, the Earth's what is notable for many geologic features. And you're like, oh, I don't know. I wasn't really paying that close attention. Maybe I should go back to the book. The surface of the Earth is notable for all these things. Oh, okay. Let me see. That makes sense. All right. So Earth's surface. Let's see if it likes that. I'm pretty confident now. If you see at the bottom, because look, I got it right. Good. So now I can go on to the next question, or I can go ahead and go to the reading and just kind of go down the line. Next page to next page to next page. It'll just kind of go here, and then so what you'll note on all these things as you see a lot of these, it's the yellow parts that really are the most important. And that's why I didn't have you necessarily read the whole thing. It would be the yellow parts. The quizzes are in relation basically to the yellow parts. It doesn't mean you don't read all this, but you really want to pay most attention to the yellow parts, because then it's going to ask you some questions. So click and drag these things in order. Let's see. Now, of course, I know the order. So let me do these, incorrectly. So it wants them to do with the layer with the highest elevation ending with the lower, making up the center of the earth. So you're like, I don't know. Like, let me go back and read this again, right? And you can kind of see, okay. So here you go. This kind of tells me exactly what the order is. So if it looks here, we have continental crust. So we can, okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready to go ahead and do that. So now I can just do, I don't know, continental crust. See, I can move these around. This is kind of neat. Let's just see. I'm not sure. Oh, look at that. What do you know? I got it right. Well, of course I know this. So I showed you one where I kind of got it right. And then you can go down the line and go to your next question, or you can go back to the reading, or you can read the whole chapter if you want, and then do all the questions, just the questions, and not have to worry about any of the reading. So that's kind of how that works. That's 10% of your grade. And what you'll notice up here is this is kind of the percent I got right of all these. So I got 1 out of 2, and that's why it's 50%. So that kind of gives you a score of how many you've done. And there's other parts to this as well. So I just wanted to kind of give you a kind of a sense of how that works. And that'll be very helpful for you to be able to practice those. So if we go back again, that is the Smart Book. And then again, we have everything else kind of here. And then we talk about the lab stuff. Of course, quizzes, of course, we have as well. And the quizzes would be down here. Again, these will be in much cleaner order. Again, you take these through McGraw-Hill. And those are things that you're very, very likely going to see on the exam as well. You may have resources out. That's fine while you take these quizzes. The other part of this, of course, these are chapter quizzes. So this will be organized a little different. The other thing, of course, is the online lab. So yes, chapter quizzes are down here. Your labs are all online. They're all through here. And again, this will all be stuff that you would do through McGraw-Hill, through the website itself. And if I just click on here, I can just do, it's actually not going to let me look at it this way, but you'll see it's very self-explanatory what it is. And it's because I can't be a student in my own class doing labs. That's fine. So hopefully that helped a little bit, pardon me, to let you know kind of how the course is organized. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. All right, bye.